Hey, and welcome back to Kurtzky's Garage. Hope you're doing well. So today we've got a little job to do before we get going. I've got a bunch of things to do on the boat today, getting it ready for the big sleep in Canadian winter wonderland. Any rate, it's October and the weather's cooperating, so it's a great time to do those things. Today's task is installing the monovalve repair kit. So the monovalve is part of the cooling HVAC system in the car, heating I guess would be more appropriate, that directs hot coolant into the heater core. So you get, well, hot air when you're calling for it. Makes sense. So these valves can malfunction, and it's not specifically a spring or a valve body, but as you can see or maybe not see, I'm not sure how well this is going to come across, there's a rubber seal and a plunger that actually just shuts off the coolant flow. And it sounds like that fails over time. And it's a pretty common just maintenance issue on these cars, not necessarily that big a deal. If you fail to address it, it can actually damage the automatic climate control module. And that has the buttons that you see on the dash and the instrument panel. Mine, I think, was cooked. I replaced it. I showed you that a couple of episodes ago, or a couple of segments ago, rather, probably in the previous episode. Now, kind of forget where I am. So we'll get the car open. We'll show you where this is. It's actually very quick and easy to access, apparently, but famous last words, everything I say is quick and easy turns into a 2-hour job. Hopefully this will be much quicker. We'll get this monovalve out, install the repair kit, and then we'll do our obligatory test drive. Okay, so we'll be back at you in a moment. Basically, I'm going to do is open the hood, get the diagnostic port out of the way. It's a couple of bolts, and then we'll have quick and easy access to this monovalve. Back at you shortly. Okay, as promised, I will show you where this monovalve is. So we had to remove, well, back off 2 screws that hold the diagnostic port in place. Just move that out of the way, and you can see that's it. There are 4 flathead screws that hold this in, and now we just have to lift it. Let's see if I can do that on camera. Of course I can't. Oh, no, maybe I can. Here it comes. Here it comes. Ah, look, there it is. That's the beast. Okay, and there's the plunger, which doesn't look too bad, but we'll go through the rebuilding process nevertheless. Okay. Actually, it doesn't look bad at all. That's not a good sign. We'll clean it up, get it rebuilt and put back, and we'll let you know what happens. Hang tight. Okay, I rebuilt the monovalve, and it's actually a very simple process. This assembly, from the rubber part, the strainer, filter, to this boot, ooh, there we go. That's one piece. There's an E-clip. I pulled that off with a very small pick. And there's a bushing. Now the kit is supplied with bushings, with rubber, with washers. Whatever you have in your car, just replace it as per previous installation. I guess that's the best place to start. And I replaced, I'm going to see if I can show you here, there is a very wavy washer. I replaced that as well with the part supplied in the kit. So we're just basically going to put this in, put the 4 flathead screws in, and see what happens on a test drive. I'm taking a bit of a run up to the boat this morning. I've got to get it ready for the winter, so that's a good test drive. But, you know, otherwise, I think this part of it, this is pretty straightforward. If I have further issues with the cooling system or the heating in the car, it's not the cooling system of the vehicle, but if I get further issues with hot air blowing at my feet, regardless of what I do with the HVAC, then I've got to diagnose it a little bit further. But this is a quick, easy, and inexpensive fix, and it's routine maintenance for these cars. So here we go. I will give you an update once I do the test drive.